All right, the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer officially dropped, maybe a little earlier than expected. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but let's have a chat about this trailer. Like any YouTuber, gaming YouTuber person, of course I'm going to talk about it. I was looking forward to this. I put out a video last week talking about what I want, and I mostly actually got what I wanted already right from this trailer. I'm left with like one big question, but for right now, the first big reaction is like, wow, wow, like, excuse me, sorry, I am in for the romance stuff. Like this crime romance stuff is sick. I really hope they pull this off. True romance, Bonnie and Clyde, natural born killers, the beginning of Pulp Fiction. Like there's so much to this like duo, this like man and woman crime duo thing that can be really, really cool. I've noticed online, just looking at the reactions, people are already really into the idea of these characters, and I can't help but agree. It just seems like a pretty novel thing to do in a game like this. And the romance dynamic can work really well. I mean, look at It Takes Two. Incredible. So for them to do something here with like a Rockstar spin on it, which for me is really just like story with some nuance and some real detailed characters like we got in something like Red Dead Redemption 2, I am about it. You know, a lot of ways the trailer, like when you're looking at it, you're like, okay, this is all right. Like if you saw the leaks, or even if like you were just vaguely aware of the next Grand Theft Auto, you're like, okay, cool. Modern Vice City. Look at all these shots of the beach, crime, cars and stuff like that. But for me, the big moment was the last shot with the two of them with their face masks up, walking into a convenience stores with guns. Like, that was a good shot. That was a good look with the new logo. It's looking fresh. That's the part that really got me excited. But when you dig in, there's a lot of cool stuff. It's very dense. That's the biggest thing I took right away. Obviously, this isn't gameplay, but I kind of can tell that most of this is seemingly in-game. Most of it seems like cutscene, of course, but at least it's in-engine cutscene, so you can get a little bit of an idea of things. And in terms of like the detail or kind of like the good feel or capture of real life, them in the liquor store, like it looks like a real liquor store. Like, not that I know what that looks like very much, but like, yeah, it's got that feel. Even the front door of like the convenience store or whatever they bust in at the end, like the door, the stickers on it, it's got a good like real feel to it. It's hard to explain. But I think for me, it's not necessarily about like the graphics, the realism or anything like that, but really the portrayal of Florida and it looking like it actually has some like realistic edge to it in a lot of ways, like some of the more mundane aspects of it. Like, yeah, the glitz, the glam, the skyscrapers and stuff. But then we get to see a little bit more like unhinged clubs. We get to see like redneck people doing their thing and making videos, and just weird guys out on their front lawn. Like that's what I'm really curious to see in terms of like the social commentary that Rockstar always delivers. You know, people worry about like in this day and age, can they really be as spicy as they used to be, as hard hitting as they used to be? I don't know, but I think one place I think they can really hit hard on is social media, and just the impact of social media and what social media is in our day-to-day life. And I love that the trailer did not shy away from that. It showed just like random crazy bullshit on kind of like a TikTok and an Instagram reel situation. And I hope that a lot of that carries over to the game in terms of like making fun of shit. I think like if they really do go full on and like highlight a lot of Florida, like the suburbs, the swamps, the trailer parks, but also the craziness of Miami. There's a lot that they can really do. I mean, 5 really did a good job of like expanding outside of Los Angeles and showing some of it, but I'm hoping now that they can make that stuff feel a little bit more real. You know, a lot of the small towns in Grand Theft Auto 5 didn't necessarily feel too realistic. So I'm hoping that they can kind of spend some more time on that here with 6, because 4 did a really good job at representing the boroughs of New York. Like it had that feel at least. And then 5 had a good job of representing like LA proper, like from Hollywood to downtown Los Angeles. It nailed that feel. So I'm hoping that 6 can really double down on just that like Americana feel, that modern Americana feel of, yeah, crazy Florida stuff, but also just like the endless suburbs and strip malls and the scumminess that comes with some of that. I'm getting hints of that here, and that makes me really happy. But again, just to go back to like the two people dynamic, like if there could be co-op or something like that, that would be cool. But like that would be crazy actually. But regardless, I'm curious to see how that stuff goes down. Also, like, I really hope with the nuance they had with characters and stuff for Red Dead 2, I'm really hoping that this isn't just like they're both bad, haha, criminals. I hope there's some subtlety to that. Is one manipulating or gaslighting the other? Is there some toxicity to this relationship? Is there some push pull? Are they constantly fighting? Are they edgy? Are they at odds? There's something there. The Tom Petty song used in the trailer, "Love is a Long Road." Like the lyrics, there's not a lot of it's a very simple song, but it does kind of imply like a tumultuous relationship from the perspective of the guy kind of getting whisked away, kind of waiting. Like, just look up the lyrics if you want. I'm not like I'm not like a Fantano or anything like that. But I think it's gonna come down to stuff like, at the end of the day, who are we killing? Is there a choice? Is one gonna have to kill the other? Is it gonna get that bad? Probably. I'm not killing her because she's hot. Sorry, she's a video game character, whatever. But I think between their relationship and like how bad, nasty that could be, how interesting that can be, and the Florida shenanigans, I think they have so much pavement to just do some wild stuff. I also think that like the Florida man, haha, like wacky stuff that we read in headlines that actually happens in real life, obviously makes for an interesting setting and story and situations for Grand Theft Auto 6, but also helps for just the casual play where you're not playing the story, you're just running around doing crazy shit. Like it just kind of lends itself to that. Like there could be a headline like Florida man kills 30 police officers and then jumps off of a mountain with a dirt bike and lands on an old lady. Like that can happen in the game. It's happened in Grand Theft Autos before, but like in Florida and like with the zany setting and how they probably amplify it here, it could just make so much sense. So that's the other big thing I'm really looking here is like, it seems like I'm going to get some cool story stuff. That's what I'm into it for. I love Rockstar storytelling that they've really doubled down with and I think peaked with Red Dead Redemption 2. But in terms of just playing it, just gameplay, messing around and having fun, that's what I still would very much like to see more of. Like, I want to know what the deal is here. What is the big innovation? What is the thing that Rockstar is really putting all their money and it's going to be probably like 12 years behind? Like, what is that? It's been so long since the last Grand Theft Auto game. Is it just going to be driving and shooting again in a bigger world? Have they figured out something else a little different? Like how 5 had swapping between the 3 characters in real time? Like what's the new spin? That's what I'm excited to see. I really hope there's a little something other than just a new place to kill people and get money in. I'm okay with that at the end of the day, but at this point in my life, like I'm looking for a little more, a little zest, you know? How can they amplify the fun factor? I'm curious to see that. But at the very least, I am happy to see a trailer reveal where like it was pretty much kind of what I expected, but not in a bad way. I have no like, oh, we'll see how this goes, or like, oh, that part looks, I don't know. It's nice to just be excited about something. It's also nice to just kind of go back to the old way of being online felt, where like everybody's just kind of excited for something. Like it's okay sometimes. I know it's ultimately like we're all excited to spend $60 or $70 on like a product from a corporation, but whatever, dude. I mean, at the literal end of a day, I want to come home and just like play a Grand Theft Auto and have fun. And I really hope they nail it with this. Where they did nail it was the fact that the game trailer did leak early. Like we were all set up to like wake up early and get ready and, you know, make a video. And then I'm recording the night of December 4th. It leaked early on social media with "Buy Bitcoin" plastered over a low res version of the trailer. And that's very, very like Florida, America relevant. I don't know. It's just really funny. It's almost like I feel like they did that on purpose. But hey, what Rockstar did do was immediately pivot and go, okay, fuck you guys. Here's a trailer. And they just made it live. I love that. What's cool about that is just the fact that it is a developer, a company behind the highest grossing selling intellectual property ever beyond like games and movies. And they still have a little bit of a like, fuck you kind of like record label thing to it, how they used to have, where they can still just go, okay, and push live on a trailer. That's cool, but again, we'll see if they screw up the game. It's looking cool so far. I am very interested. I know people sometimes express some doubts at modern Rockstar, but We'll have to just wait and see. At the end of the day, from this, my main takeaway is I am down for the crime romance stuff, the two character thing. I'm about it. I really hope that they can sell that. And then my other question is like the gameplay innovation. Where is the fun factor amped up? Is it just a bigger world? Is it some new way to control the characters? Is it some cooperative thing? Something we've never thought of or seen of in a game before? I don't know, but that's what I'm looking forward to see be revealed down the line in probably some other trailer or something like that. That's it. That's where I'm at. Nothing crazy, really. It's fun to be talking about. I've been talking about video game. I've been talking. I remember talking about Grand Theft Auto 5. I've been on YouTube for a long time. So all I can say really is if you clicked on me, like everybody made a video about this. So if you clicked on me, that's crazy. Thank you. I appreciate you taking a minute to hear me, but I want to hear from you guys in the comments what you think. Are you like me? Are you really into this whole dual protagonist like relationship thing? What do you think about the Miami club life, all the twerking? I think it really fits here. It just feels right in this zany setting. Let me know what you think about the music choice. Tom Petty, I think very cool. Rockstar always goes for something a little different. Like they could have just done like some like 80s synth thing or like a hip hop thing, and they didn't. They went for Tom Petty. Let me know what you think about the music choice, the characters, the setting, anything. Your expectations. Are you like me? Is it story and something else? Let's talk. But if you've listened to me for this long and you get what I'm doing here, I'm just trying to talk about stuff I like. I'm just trying to have fun. Clicking the like button helps me. Thank you. And if you're new, consider, I almost went into the game rank spiel at the end there. That's it. Let me know what you think. I'm Jake Baldino. Thanks for watching. Subscribe because video games. Pizza's on me.